A pleasant day, everyone. This talk is designed to act as a springboard for the discussion of decorative motifs and symbols classification. So be attentive and let your mind gain something new.
What is a motif? A motif is an image, spoken or written word, sound, act, or another visual or structural device with symbolic significance. It is used to develop and inform the theme of a literary work. It is closely related to a theme or a symbol and uses different narrative elements. It is constantly repeated to represent a dominant or central idea or theme in a work of art. It relates more to thought, which is used to support a piece. The motif is sometimes related to theme. However, the motif is a pattern of meaning that can produce a theme while creating other aspects at the same time. A motif can be expressed as a single word while a theme usually must be expressed as a complete sentence. This is a piece of art, so let's identify what is the motif in this artwork. The circle appears multiple times in this artwork, so the circle serves as the motif in this piece of art, and the batik pattern serves as the theme. They created a new batik design using circles. This batik design is typically found on ceramic tiles. Motifs typically are used in one of three ways. First, a single object appears multiple times throughout the work with most of the emphasis placed on the item. Second, a collection of related objects that appear multiple times to emphasize the theme. Third, a collection of seemingly unrelated items that serve to draw attention to the theme in a simpler manner.
Geometric motifs. Geometric motifs includes lines in various forms such as vertical, horizontal, diagonal, and curve. They form fabric designs such as stripes, plaids, checks, circles, and their associated designs. It also leads the eye to designs or pattern that is created by them. As you can see in the first example, it used vertical, horizontal, and diagonal pattern to make an art. Second example, it used a shape such as circles and square design. Lastly, as we observe on our clothes that we wear daily, there has been geometric design that use as stripes, plaids, and other patterns.
Natural motifs portray as direct replica of things as they exist in nature. This means that this type of motifs somehow display a more realistic subject, or the elements found in this motif has a natural subject, or closely identical to the thing it is portraying. It is also called novelty patterns due to its nature, in which it represents the thing that it portrays in a way that it is not completely identical, but it is also recognizable. We have here the two examples of realistic or natural motifs.
Stylized motif. These are simplified variations of natural or man-made objects that are no longer recognizable. These motifs are full of creativity as they are the result of a designer's interpretation of naturally existing things. Stylized motifs are obtained by rearranging the real objects either by simplifying or arranging them to achieve the purpose of the design. Stylized motifs do not look like pictures of natural objects. Usually, the lines are simplified and conventionalized, and sometimes they are distorted. And in stylized motif, the form of leaves, flower, animals, fruits are used, but they are conventionalized or stylized. Even the form of color can be conventionalized.
Abstract motif. The term abstract is used in the textile industry to indicate a non-objective thing that cannot be described in any other way. These combinations of color, size, and shape have nothing to do with either natural or man-made objects, yet they are vibrant and add interest to the fabric. In contrast to the majority of geometric patterns, abstract suggests an element of impression and more freedom. Modern art employs this kind of design.
So what is symbol? First, we need to know where the word symbol came from. The term symbol comes from the Greek word symbolon, which means contract, token, insignia, and means of identification. So what is a symbol? A symbol is an object, a picture, a written word, or a sound that is used to represent something else either by resemblance, convention, or association. It implied that symbol is using an object that means more than its literal meaning. For example, a rose. Aside from its literal meaning as a beautiful fragrant flower, it is usually used to symbolize love and romance. Symbols are more than they are in their essence. They have extra meaning associated with them, as symbols can be used to change the meaning of a word or a phrase. It can change the way we view things. To get the meaning of a word, it is necessary to use symbols so it can be understood well. A symbol can change the meaning of a word because the meaning of a symbol depends on its usage, history, purpose, and culture. Different culture might associate a set of symbols with different experiences and perceptions. A very fine example of a symbol is the cross. It is used to symbolize Christianity, the religion which is based on the teachings of Jesus Christ who was crucified. The cross is also used to remind the Christians about how Christ suffered to save them. Another example, which perhaps the most powerful of all human symbols, is language. In fact, every language has symbols. Words and language, in broader sense, are created by symbols, by which humans use to communicate with each other.
Iconograms. Iconograms are illustrative representation. They are iconic signs which, as an illustrative representation, emphasize the points in common between the signifier and the signified. Iconogram examples is the icon that you will see on your phone, the apps, the icon of the apps that you will see on your phone. That's an example of iconogram. Pictogram is a symbol that conveys meaning through its resemblance to a physical object. Examples of pictogram include wayfinding signage, such as in airport and other environments where many people may not be familiar with the language of the place they are in.
Cartograms are a map on which statistical information is shown in diagrammatic form. It is also called value area maps or anamorphic maps. Cartograms are topographical complex functions and iconic facts. Particularly, it is used for thematic mapping. Here is the example of cartograms. An atlas or the ground plan of a house. So what are thematic maps? Thematic maps are designed to illustrate a specific theme in relation to a geographic area. They are a particular class of map type where some aspect of the geometry of the map is modified to accommodate the problem caused by perceptually different geographies.
Diagram. A diagram is an image that visually represents a piece of data. Using various diagram types, you can create easily understandable representation of important topics. There are 11 types of diagram. Mind map. A mind map is a diagram with one central idea in the middle surrounded by branches of supporting ideas or nodes. You can use mind map to visualize any topic that connects to various subtopics. Quadrant chart. A quadrant chart used two axes to display qualitative information surrounding the relationship between two factors. Venn diagram. Venn diagram compares the similarities and differences between two topics. Circle diagram. You can use circle diagram to represent the different aspects that contribute to a specified goal. In this case, a circle represents the whole, which each section the circle represents a part of it. Tree diagram. Similar to a mind map, a tree diagram uses branches and nodes that connect different ideas and concepts. Pyramid chart. It can act as a simpler version of tree diagram. Rather than ranking or placing multiple points in a complex, descending web of branches, you can place different points based on where they fall on the pyramid. Funnel chart. A funnel chart often looks like an inverted or upside down pyramid chart. You can use this diagram type to describe a process that includes multiple steps. Flowchart. A flowchart is a diagram that describes a process that can change based on the information gathered to each point. With multiple potential during points and paths, this diagram can help you visualize complex workflow information and determine how each aspect of a process relates to the next. Fishbone diagram. It can connect multiple points to a larger main idea. The difference between these two diagram types is a fishbone diagram represents cause and effect over time. Quantitative diagram. A quantitative diagram, also known as a graph, can visually represent numeric data and its relationship to other data topics. Some types of graphs include like graphs, bar graphs, or scatter plots.
Ideograms represent concept. Typically, ideograms correspond to the sign as a symbol which relates to object or concept referred to, independently of any format of identification with it. Ideograms are graphical symbols that represent an idea or concept, and good example of ideograms are the red circle that means not allowed, or the orange or yellow triangle that means attention or danger.
Logograms are conceptual representations like writing. They are visual, referential linguistic signs that do not take the phonetic dimension into consideration. It is a letter, symbol, or sign used to represent an entire word. Logograms have a history of use around the world, from Asia to the Middle East to Africa and the Americas. While many modern writing systems use logograms to some degree, there are no purely logogrammatical writing systems in use today. Writing systems that use logograms include Chinese, Egyptian hieroglyphic writing, and early cuneiform writing systems.
Next is typogram. Typogram is a sign that is also composed of a sign derived from a written repertoire, such as the alphabet. These are typographical representations. In simple words, typogram includes letters from the alphabet to present words or phrases in a way that enhances the experience of reading it. Examples are logos from different brands.
Phonograms are phonic representations. A phonogram is a sign that is used to signify linguistic or other sounds. Letter combinations called phonograms are used to represent the sounds of words.
Indigenous Philippine craft and arts. Any types of art created by the indigenous community utilizing raw materials readily available is referred to as indigenous craft. Indigenous Philippine art is art made by the indigenous peoples of the Philippines. It includes work in raw materials such as extract from trees and fruits. Piña cloth, barong and wedding dress, and other traditional formal dresses use piña fiber. Next is abaca fiber. Abaca is a natural leaf fiber that comes from a relative of banana tree native to the Philippines that grows throughout tropical regions. It is also called Manila hemp, though it's not related to actual hemp. Abaca are used in production of the following: handbags, hats, shoes, lamps, carpets, accessories, clothing, furniture, and wall coverings. Next is basket, is a snip container that used for carrying or storing objects. Baskets are made from thin strips of material such as straw, plastic, or wire woven together. Next is Filipino potters. Potters maker's pot. Pot can be used to cook and also used in planting a plant. Next is Philippine sculpture. The most popular wood carving are those of the Anitos nature gods, santos or saints, and statues of Christ and the blessed. And the last one is jewelry making. The more popular jewelry pieces are actually made of gold and silver. Rings, earrings, bracelets, pendants, necklace, tie pins, and cufflinks, with or without gemstones of these precious metals are common. The Philippines is also known for pearls and MP precious stones.